And what is going on, everybody? The Zombie Survivalist coming back at you with a new video on Half Life Alyx. Today I'm going to explain what the hell we witnessed at the end of the game, how it makes sense in the direction that the Half-Life franchise is possibly heading in. Before we start the video, I just want to say only about 3% of the people who watch my content are actually subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and turn on that bell notification. It helps me out a lot, and you can always unsubscribe if you end up not liking my content. So back to the video. At the end of Half-Life Alyx, we free the G-Man from his prison, and in return, Alyx is ultimately rewarded by saving her father from his original fate at the end of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 by killing the Combine Advisor. The G-Man then hires Alyx for her services while pointing out that Gordon Freeman is no longer viable to fulfill the task G-Man and his employers have set for him. Fun fact, actually, the animations we see of Gordon putting on his glasses is just the end of a full animation that got cut from the game, where he's actually struggling to stand up from where he's dropped whenever the Combine Advisor pins him against the wall. It's a really cool animation to watch. I suggest that you look it up on YouTube. I don't want to put it in this video because I don't want to get in any sort of trouble with it. But if you actually pay attention, his suit is burned and damaged, proving that the entire animation that I just described is right after he falls from the Combine Advisor, pinning him against the wall. Anyways, the ending is a very, very, very confusing on the surface, and messing with time can overall have strange continuity consequences in pretty much any sort of media. If Alyx was plucked from the exact moment that the G-Man took her, then how could she have possibly done anything in the 5 years between Half-Life Alyx and Half-Life 2? She wouldn't have been there to rescue Gordon or be a part of any of the major plot points in the Half-Life 2 that we know. Here's where I can explain. The G-Man can travel between time and space. We know this from the lore, and this is something that's proven in canon. The timeline of Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, and Half-Life 2 Episode 2 are quote-unquote the vanilla timelines. However, due to the events of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 occurring, aka the very end where Eli is killed, the G-Man and his employers obviously find it unacceptable for Eli Vance to die, especially when and how he did. And they probably need him in the future for things that we don't know yet. The G-Man then goes back into time 5 years earlier to allow himself to be captured by the Combine and nudge events for Alyx to quote-unquote rescue him. The G-Man wanted to be captured and knew that he could nudge and sway events into Alyx saving him and then giving her the illusion of her making a choice to save her father. This actually may seem like it benefited Alyx and the G-Man, obviously with Alyx being able to save her father and the G-Man being set free. However, this just benefits the G-Man. He now has Alyx under his control and hired, whatever that means, and Eli Vance continues to live for the purposes that the G-Man require him for and that his employers require him for. To further confuse Gordon and Eli, their version of Alyx that endured the events of Half-Life 2 is seemingly gone forever and will be replaced with her past self, meaning her and Gordon never endured the things that they did at Half-Life 2, meaning Alyx can possibly be swayed against the interests of future Gordon and her future father. The good news for our protagonist here, however, is that Eli isn't killed the way he was, meaning the Combine Advisor no longer has access to the information stored in Eli's brain. If you guys pay attention to how Eli was killed at the end of Half-Life 2 Episode 2, he's pretty much probed in the back, and his brain is literally just sucked up and can be read, and information be pulled from it by the Combine Advisors. However, I do feel like Half-Life storyline is going to be more convoluted and confusing from here, especially that now Half-Life 3 is confirmed. I feel like that the direction that the next Half-Life game will go into is a lot of time travel, dimension traveling, and more confusion thrown in now that we have a totally different version of Alyx that is going to be our main Alyx. It seems now that the Alyx that we knew in Half-Life 2 all the way up to Half-Life 2 Episode 2 is just pretty much wiped from existence. I hope this video shed a little bit of extra light onto what exactly happened, and I'm sorry if I didn't explain it how I am reading it in my head, but trust me, that's just how I see it, and I guess we'll see now that Valve really seems committed to putting out Half-Life content. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.